Welcome to a new podcast called the Red River Rundown. Me, Cameron, and Isaiah breaking down anything that we want to, honestly, because it's our podcast. We can do whatever we want. With me today, you have Cameron. Cameron, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everybody
What
who you
up?
robbing, who you rocking with, and all that.
What up? My name's Cam. Everybody knows me as Two Chains DRC. Call me Cam, Cameron. It don't matter. Grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, so naturally, Duval County. Big Jaguar fan. It's a disappointment most of the time. It's tough. It's life is tough. But I rock with Jacksonville, Oklahoma, OU Sooners, Florida State Seminoles. Of course, I'm holding it down for the Thunder. Congrats to my boys, 2025 champs. We finally made it. Um, but yeah, big wrestling fan. Mess with the UFC quite a bit. So definitely, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Isaiah, go ahead and pop in. What you, ooh,
Belt.
you
So
believe in
Clayton
Isaiah
here.
Clayton?
Um, I rock with several things. So big UFC guy. I'm a Dolphins fan, so my entire lifetime we have not won a Super Bowl, haven't been in a Super Bowl. Um, Also with that, I'm a Spurs fan, but I do live at OKC, so you're damn right I bought some merch, low key. Um, but yeah, Marlon and I have done this before on a different under a different name, different podcast, but we're trying to start something new. Was born in Amarillo, then moved to San Antonio till I was 12, then moved to good old Wellston, America.
That's what I'm
Wellston.
talking about. Best
Shout out to the
barbecue
Butcher
in the
Barbecue
world. Yeah, bro.
Stand.
Best in the
Shout out to
world.
Levi.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then
Isaiah, I won't let you. No, no, no. You may be going into this, but I'm. It's recorded. Go ahead and claim them because you joined the bandwagon. Go ahead and claim them.
oh OU.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
by proxy of getting free tickets from Cameron,
Oh
I'm
yeah, let's go,
No,
baby.
it was before that. Yeah, we jumped you in. And
I
just
was ju- I
just
was I was jumped in 2 months ago.
yeah, realize how good it's gonna feel whenever we
They
finally get
lose.
back up. Now we win another national championship, and you can be like, I've been a Sooner fan since I was born, baby.
I remember Ryan Bosworth back in the day.
Damn, you ain't gotta go that
Lovely
far.
hair,
But my fault for
great
cutting you off.
steroids.
Go ahead and tell everybody else who you tell them who else you rocking with.
Uh, I think that's about it. It's just a big sports fan ever since I was a whipper. Um, I met these guys because even though I went to school in Boston, I lived in Chandler, and that's the connection. So
Lame.
ready to get this started, ready to talk everything that we know and a little some
That
that
we
we
don't
don't.
know. Exactly. And for me, it's quick. Loon is what I go by. If you have TikTok, I post videos under OAD Loon. People ask me what the OAD stands for. Old ass dude. It's easy. Like my knees sound like Optimus Prime. As you can see from Tequarius Jarius up here, I'm a Steelers fan, die hard. As a matter of fact, baby. As a
Throw
matter
that.
of fact,
Yeah, throw
Uh-oh,
the
we got the
baby.
terrible
As
towel.
a matter of
Terrible
fact.
towel.
It's out of
Anyway,
focus.
shit,
It's out
it's
of
gone.
focus. Bring it in
But
focus.
nah, that y'all know what it is. But I rock with the Steelers. Lakers fan. Love WWE. Love UFC. Really, sports. Even if I'm not into it, I can talk it. I've been watching the Little League World Series and the Caribbean. They have a dude named like Anthony Santos, 11-year-old kid. Bro is maybe my new favorite player ever.
I am 12.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am
yeah,
12.
yeah. Bro is built like a 15-year-old. But nah, but I'm
Six.
ready. Like I
He's six
said,
two.
I've been doing podcasting for since pre-COVID. So BC is as I call it before COVID. And I started off just on my phone. It was called BMW WWE, which was Black Man Watches WWE. Started that and then just started trying to bring more people into it. This is the first like video podcast. Can't wait to jump into this and start posting clips and stuff because I think it's going to be fun. But without further ado, let's start talking about some football, fellas. Give me a second.
I
Oh
got it.
shit! I'm
Let's go.
go ahead because I was gonna say I was in the wrong group
We
message.
got
Oops.
college football early season rankings and how we feel about them to start. Well, we have
We,
NFL to
no,
start.
no,
I
no, we
don't
can start
want
with
to go too
college because
fast.
college is closest, right? But
Yes,
what
that's true.
I seen the rankings, and for me, I just kind of chalked it up as like it's early season rankings. But there was some that I was like, oh, like Penn State being at 2. Do y'all think they just mess with Drew Aller like that? Like they think Drew Aller is about to come out and win the Heisman or something? Because I don't, in my opinion, I don't see them being over Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, maybe over Notre Dame. But that's just my thought. They want to put Texas up there because of Arch, do whatever. But I mean, that's my thought on it. What do y'all think about it?
I'll start it off. I think it's the consistency of what they are returning, maybe just to kind of, play both sides of the fence with this. As far as Ohio State, they probably got arguably 1A. They got 1A to Ryan Williams being 1B at receiver, but they don't really know where their quarterbacks are going to lie. So with that, it could be, early polls, the AP and everything like that. They're just like, I mean, they do have the most coming back. They do have their quarterback returning, but Drew Aller is like, we can't name one just baller as a Penn State quarterback. I think it's the Singleton hype more than anything else is why they got that ranking. I don't agree with it, but it's like, I mean, if you look at their schedule, they're not gonna finish the season at 2. So let them have it. It's got to be objective. Let them have it.
Cam, go ahead.
Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm messing with my mics. Sorry, I can't figure out which one. I can't figure out if it's my mic that I bought or my AirPods or my computer, but I want to make sure y'all can hear me.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it sounds good.
as far as the early season rankings, overall, I'm okay with them. Some things do stick out like a sore thumb. Like I get it. I'm the same about Texas. They are loaded. They bring back a ton from a team that they didn't win it all last year, but they performed. I felt like, but coming in at number one with basically a brand new inexperienced quarterback is pretty tough.
He's the prodigal son. Okay,
I mean,
watch him
I
out.
don't give a damn.
he's a
I don't
Manning.
care if he's Shane McMahon.
It's just coming in brand new. Like I said, and you're going on the road at Ohio State early. We're going to find out a lot there. But in the SEC too, like that's kind of tough to put them number one just for that reason. Quarterback's the most important position on the field. Also, Penn State at 2 was a little compelling. Like
So that's the AP.
they also
That's all that there is right now, Isaiah.
Well, they have an AFCA
The
coaches
coaches
poll.
poll. Yeah,
we ain't
nobody
worried about
cares
all
about the
that.
coaches poll.
Yeah, it's AP or the college football rankings.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But they bring back a lot of experience too. But to me, they just didn't do a lot last year to like wow me. Like Drew Aller, I think is overrated. And until they can prove they can beat Ohio State and Michigan when they are actually supposed to, I'm just really not a believer.
Same.
I do love Clemson. I like what Clemson brings back. They were impressive to me in a road loss in the playoff against Texas.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Klubnik. I think he's poised. He has good pocket awareness. Like Klubnik is, I feel like the real deal. And they also bring back two All-Americans on the D line. That's crazy important to control the trenches. Miami overrated. I mean, we're giving them way too much credit for a season they had.
Bro,
Carson Beck, baby.
national champion.
He was
Been in college
horrible.
for 18 years.
National
Carson
champion.
Beck.
He won a national championship.
Yeah, with Georgia.
When?
No, because
2-3
Bruh,
years ago.
Stetson was there,
Bennett.
son.
Oh,
Stetson
Staquavius
Bennett.
was it Carson a backup?
No, I didn't think so. I thought he transferred
What
in.
does it, even if he was, what does that matter?
Yeah,
He
for
wasn't
real.
on the
Still a
field?
national champ. It's
Oh
like
my
Kenny
God.
Pickett having a Super Bowl ring.
Hey,
Get that right.
hey, easy.
The one I'm looking at the AP right now. The one team that surprises me, and maybe we're in Oklahoma and we don't pay attention enough, but Illinois at 12.
Yeah, because they got slaughtered in their bowl game.
Yeah, I was like,
And they
that
lost
was the one that I looked at.
new
That
quarterback
was,
too. I forgot
Yeah.
dude's name, but he the transfer from Ohio State. He's in the draft and didn't get drafted. But I mean, he's gone.
Think
So
yeah.
South Carolina at 13 to me is high. I mean, yes, they bring back Lenore Sellers and that dude's a gamer, but they lost a lot, like almost their whole team. Like
it's SEC
I think
hype.
that's a little bit
Yeah.
like
I mean, if you look
honestly.
at the
I
The
feel
amount
like
of teams that in the SEC, yeah, it's always hype.
yeah. Like I think I don't know, man. A lot of the people that made them, a lot of the players that made them great last year, especially on the defensive side of the ball, not there anymore. Like they're ranked 13 strictly on the shoulders of Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's
surprising to me.
honestly, I think
Big
that's how a
jumps.
lot of the AP polls are placed early in the season. Is just like,
Yeah.
let's just throw a bunch of stuff and see. Because I mean, if I were to pick right now, we could sit here for 3 days straight, and I could tell like I wouldn't be able to pick a true number one team because there's
It's
so many
very
question marks, bro. There's so
Yeah.
many like there's no team to
huge
me that's
toss
just
up.
like yeah. Because even
Correct.
Texas bringing everything back, I'm like, dude, I think that they should be good, but like
And
I think Arch will be fine, but it's his first few starts in college football, and I've watched him get meaningful PT against Georgia, and he looked shell shocked. So
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
like I feel
also
like
too.
usually with Texas, like when they come in with the hype train, I feel like they usually don't perform. Like they lose 3 or 4 games.
yeah,
I feel like
Yeah,
that's always how it's been the last 20 years. Like, and I speak that specifically because I watch them due to being an OU fan, and I'm not a hater.
I am.
I feel like every year they come in with all this hype, they lose an early game, and then they get smacked around by OU, and then the wheels come off after that.
Yeah. Or even they sometimes they'll go on a run at the end of the season and then try to be like, oh, we weren't as bad. And I think that's probably the most likely. You remember, was it the first year as Baker as a starter, OU was really good. The
uh-uh.
second year, I think we weren't very good. Not that we were
Mm-hmm.
just cheeks, but we lost a couple of games that we probably shouldn't have. I think that's more along the lines of what Texas will be. Um, like I said, I think they'll be good, but I mean, your first game is at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I look,
I
maybe I'm just a hype train, but I watched
Hold on,
Netflix show, the
fellas. My
SEC. But
my mic is. I'm not hearing anything.
oh, okay, you good. But DJ Lagway impresses me.
There it is.
And
Yeah, I like Lagway.
do they have to go to the swamp? Because if they have to go to the swamp, bro, it could
Who
get
are we talking about?
Texas still. Because I'm pretty sure Florida is on their schedule. And if so,
I don't I
let
don't
me
remember
check.
them playing. I don't remember them playing
Well, if they
Florida
do,
last year.
DJ Lagway is gonna get in that ass. That's all I'll say about it. But
I, I you know I feel like I think OU at 18. I mean, I think that
It's
I think they're getting a lot. I feel like just from things I've seen, things I've watched, I think they should be a little bit higher. Like I feel like OU Michigan should flip flop, but it's not going to matter
yeah,
because we're going to find out a lot in week 2 about where OU really is in real time. Like
yeah,
bringing in Arbuckle and Mateer, I mean, if OU just has any resemblance of an offense, they're
yeah,
winning 4 or 5 of those games that they
yeah.
lost last year.
Yes,
And the defense being talked about as actually being better than the top 20 defense from a year ago. If you just put any kind of offense on the field, where even if you don't score points, if you put an offense out there that can sustain a drive and give the defense a break, imagine how much better the defense will be. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
and especially with the freshman
Michigan,
quarterback that Michigan
yeah,
has, it's
coming
like
into
yeah,
Norman against Venables, bruh.
yeah. And
Come
real
on.
quick,
that's a little different for me.
take a step back, real quick. So yes, Texas does go to the swamp.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
October
That's tough.
4th. That's what. So
Even when Florida is terrible, that's going to the
yeah,
swamp is hard,
so it's TBD right now too. If that's a night game, good luck.
bro. Yeah,
But so
Yeah,
you
in the
go
swamp.
to yeah, you go to Ohio State. So you go to the Shoehorn, you go to the Swamp, Red River, you go to Georgia, and then you get A&M at home. But like, I mean, we're gonna find out a lot about Arch Manning. If Arch Manning comes out and just destroys everybody,
Dots
fellas,
them
he's the
up
real
like
deal. Give
crazy.
him the one pick right now. I'm all with it, and I'm fine with it. But yeah, I really don't think that the AP poll to me, it didn't like there was some stuff that stood out, but it wasn't a lot of stuff that I was like,
Yeah,
man, they could have switched a few teams and whatnot. And obviously, K State is going to fall because
yeah,
they lost to Iowa State yesterday. But
yes.
yeah,
Completely unrelated to the game. But did you see that Avery Johnson's dad and his
yeah,
brother got into a fight
yes,
oh,
during
I
the
didn't
yes.
even
game?
see that,
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
they were fighting in like a water puddle, and,
Yeah, it
and
was
people,
bro.
outside
What
of the
the
stadium. It rained so much
yeah,
what the
that
hell, man?
Yeah, completely random. But yeah, they definitely will fall. I also I think kind of playing off of everything that we've been talking about, I kind of feel like outside of Illinois, SMU's at a good spot,
Yeah.
A&M's at a good spot. I
Do
do,
we think SMU is going to? Do we really think they're going to have the same year?
Mm,
I like their
in that
quarterback. I just,
conference, in
man,
that conference.
maybe.
I think the conference is in better shape than a lot of other people. Like, I think Florida State's going to be more like Florida State. I I like Castellanos and I like Kevin
Yeah.
Sperry's, who they're freshmen they took from OU. But I just felt like there was a lot of hangover last year at Florida State from the year before, and DJU is terrible.
Yeah.
Like the fact
Hey
that he
man,
made an NFL
he's gonna
roster blows my mind.
he might get cut today. So
Yeah.
But
Or well,
he made it.
by
He made
Monday.
the well. I was gonna say
yeah,
if he makes the roster, he's out on the West Coast, and that's where he was the year that he was, taught in Heisman buzz. So maybe it's a
Yeah.
West Coast thing. He likes being out west. I don't know.
I
He
do.
better stay away from the East, though. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
for real. I think that
because I
that
think it's
conference is
no,
no. I think that
I think it's
conference
from
though we'll
California.
see. The thing with the ACC is they usually have two teams that stand out, and the rest
Yeah.
kind of just do this. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see who those two teams are because I didn't expect it from Miami last year. I honestly expected that from Florida State,
Yeah.
but it didn't happen. So I think eventually Dabo will get Clemson rocking, and Florida State will get rocking eventually too.
Yeah.
But shit, man, they need to. I don't know, retire J-Bo's number, and then maybe they'll start getting stuff back the way
Oh,
that it should be. It's J-Bo
Man,
time.
I don't. I really like Clemson. I think they're going to spend some time at number one. I I was telling Taylor. I was telling Taylor last year when as soon as DJU announced his transfer to Florida State, I said, "Oh man." He was like, "What, man?" I was like, "Dude, he was already in the ACC at Clemson. He was terrible. Like, yes, he
no,
went and played well in the Pac-12 at Oregon State in the Pac-12. Like, come on,
well,
man, what are we doing?"
with him as well, the year that he started in Clemson, I think that was the year after Trevor Lawrence. So
Yeah.
like they lost a ton of people to the draft. So
Yep.
everybody was like, it's not bad for him to have that record. And then he went to the
Yeah,
Pac-12
this
and
is
disappeared. Then he came back and yeah, it
bro.
didn't go well at all.
I don't even really pay attention to records though, man. When I just remember watching him and all the missed throws he'd have at Clemson and some of the like when the pockets would break down, he'd throw those panic balls. And I'm like,
Those
Yeah.
this guy,
Eli's.
yeah, man. I'm like, this guy. There's only one Eli Manning out there, man.
You need to
That's
do the
crazy.
shoulder pad check afterwards, make it real.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man.
just switching gears so we don't waste too much time on
Yeah.
that. Another next thing, college football. What do y'all think is worse, NIL or transfer portal?
Portal. Not even close.
You said
Yeah.
which one?
I agree. Portal.
Portal.
Yeah.
Not even
Yes.
close.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
it's the portal to me is it's I get it, but it's also you're giving kids a cop out
yep.
and they're just changing their mind the same way that you change your socks.
Yeah.
They go to a spot, they don't get what they want, and instead of having to work harder to be better and making themselves better, they just say, I'll go to another opportunity. And the parity in college has changed so much because of the transfer portal. A lot of people blame it on them making money. I don't really think it's them making money because, in my
No.
opinion, they've been making money the whole time. It was
Yeah.
just under the table.
That's why
Well,
Nick
not only
Saban
that, but
retired.
it's not only that though. Like whether people want to say it like this or not, scholarships are money. Like those kids that play football on scholarship, full rides, they're getting like 5-star meals paid for. They don't have to pay for school, board, books, like all this stuff that costs other kids tens of thousands of dollars depending on where they go. I mean, that's money regardless. So they're getting paid. Just like now you've taken away with the transfer portal, you've taken away like real drama and rivalries. And that's what I feel like one of the biggest things that it kills college football. Like you don't have the hatred in college football like between Florida State, Miami, OU, Texas, Ohio State, Michigan. Like a
You
lot of
can't
that
keep
is
up.
gone. Yeah. And you know, especially like I wouldn't mind the transfer portal as much if they bumped the window back. But I'm getting tired of watching kids duck out of bowl games because they want to go to a different school. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
nobody knows if they're even going to be able to field a team for a bowl game anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Like
to
It's a
pull
toss
you have
up.
to
although I
pull red
totally
shirts and stuff.
understand, I totally understand Florida State 2 years ago when they got massacred by Georgia. I get why all those kids sat out. They were robbed of a chance at a natty just because of one player.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that's what you get, and it takes the fun out of the bowl game. Like, there's no competition when OU played Oregon in the Alamo Bowl a few years ago. All Oregon had was I think a quarterback. Was it? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
their starting quarterback who was like a fifth-year senior. So OU, of course, obliterated them. Like,
Yeah.
I get tired of watching that in December and January. That sucks.
Yeah.
But like Marlon said, man, not only that, it takes it, it teaches the opposite of accountability, hard work, perseverance. Teaches them that if they sign a contract for something and it doesn't go their way, they can just leave, which is not how it works in the real world. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
But they
Shit
got
sucks.
$3 million on the way out.
bro,
That's why I think they go hand in hand. Transfer portal goes hand in hand with NIL, which I don't think it corrupts. I don't think it does things of that nature, but it's kids that either come from an underprivileged background or a
yep,
privileged background, just trying to chase their own individual money to
yep,
grow their brand, to grow their star, because that's what the world is today. So whenever you do that, you got respectfully, you got the Nico Iamaleava situation, which
mm-hmm.
he went to UCLA. I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's going to pan out well for him. He's going to end up, he has to really impress the next couple years to make his case to even try to make an NFL roster at that. But that just goes to show, like I said earlier, you can't keep up with who's on what team
Yes. That's
Yeah,
the
because
biggest
of the
part.
transfer portal.
Yeah. I've been saying for a while, like making them do like a 2 year thing it makes the most sense. One thing though, in that like playing devil's advocate on that side of it though, in a case where you have coaches that are coming to the front your front room and they're meeting with kids instead of talking about what you plan to do for the kid in the future, they're not even having those conversations anymore. The conversation is if you come here, I'll give you $500 million.
You
And
want two
kids
or
are,
three games.
yeah,
Yeah.
and well, and then you get there, they're promising you a bunch of stuff with coaches have always promised you, and then you get there and it's nothing like that. So in that aspect, I can see kids' side of it, but at the same time, like I think there at some point soon there has to be some kind of governing of it
Yeah.
where you can like there's a salary cap, there's something like that just to give a even playing field so that kids aren't getting screwed over by these programs, the programs aren't getting screwed over by these kids, and then you have to stay for at least 2 years. You can transfer after your sophomore year, and then if you want to graduate and transfer after your senior year, then be fine. But I think something like that would make it a lot easier or better because, like you said, Isaiah, it's bro. I every like in the NFL, I get it because you have a bunch of rookies and stuff, and then even in college football, you have some freshmen that get some PT. But damn, son, like every time I turn on a game, I'm like, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that? And I'm like, bro,
yeah,
I used
He
to be able to,
transferred. He was
yeah, I
first
used to
at
be able to
Michigan.
look at teams and be like, oh, I know who that is. I know his backstory and shit. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Now I'm like, who the fuck is that?
See, I also
It's
think
fourth
like
school
with
in
the
4 years.
I also think, man, with the transfer portal, like it's not just the players either. Like, I feel like when I watch football, and I know some of the older football players come out and criticize, like Tom Brady's an advocate for this. He comes out and talks about how poor quarterback play is in the league now. But with the transfer portal, like the most important thing about college football is development to get you ready for a professional athlete, to be
Mhm.
a professional athlete. And now that's what, like, I feel like a lot of that, like when you can just come in and you're a 5-star caliber athlete, you come in and there's an incumbent starter, you lose the job, and then you decide, oh well, I'm not going to sit behind this guy and I'm going to transfer after my freshman year.
I
It
will
takes
tell you one
away
person that
it
started that.
it it takes away it also doesn't hold the coaches accountable for it robs them of the ability to be accountable to develop you.
Yep.
So like
Mhm.
coaches coaches also are a problem with that because every off season they've now been conditioned to know like, oh, okay, well, we're going to be inexperienced at this position instead of developing this kid, like for instance Zion Kearney or Ivan Carrion. These guys are both 4-star highly touted prospects at receiver for OU, are never going to touch the field because every year OU goes out and gets more people. Like, I don't like that for the kids. I think it waters down coaching. Like, So these kids get to the league and they think, I'm going to get drafted by Tennessee and it's not going to work out there. So I'll go sign over here. And eventually their career phases out like earlier than it probably should have if they would have just had the investment put into them like it used to be in the old days. That's just my opinion. I don't know how factual it is, but I feel like it takes away the coach's
Ability to keep people.
ability,
Yeah.
yeah, to actually develop like specialists like Brent Venables.
Yeah.
If everybody that comes in as a recruit on the defensive line or the linebackers at OU comes in and because Kip Lewis and Kobe McKenzie are starting, they transfer out. Well, maybe they don't need 4 years of starting with Brent Venables. Maybe they need to sit, develop their body, mature, and then start 2 years under Venable's system, and he will develop them within those 2 years to be a round one pick. Like, but kids nowadays, they don't.
They don't. They just want that back. Isaiah, who was you gonna say started it?
Peyton Martell
Let's
started
go,
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
the trickle down effect of the transfer portal.
either him
Because
or who? Oh, man, never mind. Go ahead. My bad.
no, so I believe it was him because he touted dual threat quarterback, number one overall, goes to
Yeah.
Ohio State. The moment he goes to Ohio State, Justin Fields is like, bet that.
nah. I got this, son.
No,
I,
he sat 1 year behind. At that point, it was Haskins, right? And he knew Haskins was going to go to the league.
Yeah.
And then Justin Fields was at Georgia, and then immediately was like, I don't want to like
wasn't
the
it?
system that he was playing at in Georgia. I don't believe that's why he went to Ohio State. Martell was like, bet I'm going to go to Miami, not start at Miami, try to play receiver, transfer again.
Hmm.
He played 5 years of college football, transferred 3 times, and he is the one that kind of made that a thing. Oh, I don't like this. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
It'll get to a point, and what I've been saying, so we can move on though. But we're getting to a point now to where we're in the ugly times of it. This is where everyone's starting to get burnt out on it. And once it starts becoming an issue with like viewers and shit, I think college football will scale it back quickly. They'll quickly be like, hey, bruh, this isn't a good product. And the reason that it's not a good product is because of that. So we have to get in control of it. So that's my last thoughts on it. Y'all go ahead and give y'all's last thoughts.
I was just gonna bounce on Isaiah's too because I think.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa! Pause. My bad. Let me back that up. Let me back up. Give me one more chance, man. No, I was just gonna second Isaiah's statement about Tate Martell because I think another one, and I feel like this is a problem in college football too that has kind of blown up in recent years. I don't know if y'all remember Gunnar Kiel, but the committing, decommitting. He was number one quarterback in the class. He I think he committed to like at one point he committed to an SEC school. He ended up playing at Cincinnati finally, but he committed and decommitted like 7 times before finally landing at Cincinnati. And then he played like 5 games, lost his starting spot, and then bounced. So I agree with Isaiah, and I think that's another problem in itself is once you commit somewhere verbally, that should be your school. Like, hold your commitment, be honest and loyal with it. But yeah. And the sitting out bowl games, I remember the one dude, like there one guy is a notable player sat out of a bowl game, and ever since then, just been a problem. I think it damages the product, and like I said, I'm a capitalist, so NIL doesn't really bother me. There needs to be a cap. I think first and foremost, if you're making over a certain amount in NIL, your scholarship should be taken. That scholarship should be awarded to another student, somebody that's trying to better their life academically, because you clearly right now are making enough money to go to that school, and you're going to be making money on your way out of school. So that's just my thoughts on it.
Especially when you're making like 10 mil, 7 mil, something like that.
Yeah.
You can pretty much pay for college. You can do whatever you want to, and you're going to have a bunch of money left over. Now, I will say we do have to see how the whole system is after taxes and whatnot, because I'm pretty sure Uncle Sam is skull fucking these kids with the amount of money that they're actually getting and how it's broken down too. But that's what I'm saying. Eventually, there's going to have to be a governing portion to see how the cap, how the salaries are, so that if even if it's reported that kids are making 4 million, is that 4 million just over the year? How is it broken down? Blah blah blah. Just so we know more. But go ahead, Isaiah,
Yeah.
finish her off, and then we could talk top five
Okay.
programs and top five jerseys in college
Sure.
football.
Oh.
I will play off of two things as far as this NIL and transfer portal stuff. So now that college football playoff is up to 12 teams, if any kid is not a part of those 12 teams, they're gonna sit their bowl game regardless. I think if they don't want to play, if they're not invested enough in the program, they're gonna sit. So really, you could be an SEC school with 4 losses, and if a kid's on your team, you can almost guarantee that, like, okay, they're going to play. But anything outside of that, it's unfair to those coaches and those programs that'll happen. But with that also comes that if a kid is already making 2 M's at a school, like let's say I'm just looking at the top 12. Let's say Tennessee doesn't make it. They're paying a kid 2 mil. They don't make the college football playoff. He's gonna sit. He's gonna sit. He's not even hurt, but he's gonna sit. Now you're wasting money on a kid that's under a scholarship to not play, to show no kind of pride in the program or anything like that. So when I said earlier that they go like hand in hand, like with the bowl games, like they're not gonna play in the fucking Pop Tart Bowl, basically. So
Why, bro?
so
Give him some free
so
Pop Tarts, baby. Give him some
No
of them
shit.
you know what I
You
mean?
get
So
you get to eat the Pop-Tart mascot? Why not?
man, bro.
That
So
might be the
I-
most notable bowl outside of the college football playoff.
Yeah,
that's the
man.
only thing that there's like hype around at this
Well,
I was
point.
gonna say either
think- I
that or
think-
the Duke's Mayo. That one's
Yeah, I
pretty
say
solid.
give the kids an incentive too. If you're
Yeah.
like, hey, we'll give you game checks instead of just giving you something lump sum. It'll make them
Yeah.
want to play because they're getting paid for playing.
Should,
And it'll get
actually
kids
playing
to
again.
transfer
sometimes I
into
just
certain
shouldn't they
schools with
just
state taxes.
how many? I mean, I don't know how many bowls total there are, but I mean, shouldn't they just at this point? Because they're talking about going to 24 to 2018 playoff. They should just
After that, just
eliminate
get
it.
rid of After that,
Yeah, just get rid of the bowls, man, or
just
integrate
lump
them to the playoff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is just integrate them into the playoff
they-
first rounds
Yeah.
or Alamo Bowl,
Yeah.
etc., and then
Yeah.
just keep it
Because
pushing.
if they go up to that level of like playoff teams, now you're looking at kids like health.
Yeah,
How many
but
games
Ain't
you have
nobody
to
worried
play
about
on
the
top
health,
of the
baby.
season?
Roger Goodell ain't worried about it when they go pro, so why should you worry about it in college?
I mean, he wasn't worried about it when they went to 17. They might go to 18.
Bro, Roger
Like,
Goodell wants them to play 40 games, but we'll get to the NFL. So
that's
yeah.
let's talk. Just give y'all's top five programs of all time, and then top five jerseys of all time. Just do it together in parallel, and then we can go to the NFL. I'll start.
Okay.
I was gonna say top five for me programs of all time. Obviously, OU's in that. Alabama's gonna be in it because of Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. Um, give me Ohio State. Also, as painful as it is to say, even though majority of their life they have been down, I'll say Michigan just because when you see Michigan on your schedule, you understand. And then the fifth one, it's a toss up, but I think I am going to go with Florida State just because when Florida State is rocking, they're really rocking. And then jersey wise, brothers, give me a good Oregon jersey, give me some good Baylor jerseys, give me some good Florida State jerseys, give me
Okay.
some good old school West Virginia jerseys. And then probably just to keep it, you know what I'm saying? I'll say OU/Bama, just the traditionals where
Okay.
you know what you're going to get. But those are my five programs of all time, five jerseys of all time. Go
Okay.
ahead.
My top 5 programs. It's got to be Bama, OU. Traditionally, you got to go Bama, OU. Respectfully, you got to go Ohio State. Um, I would probably go ahead and put LSU and Michigan to end those off. Just because even when LSU has down years, like you said, kind of the same semblance of Florida State, it's like even though they're down, 100,000 people are still going to show up and watch them play.
Yeah,
And especially with their recent success, just the names that have came out of those programs that I
that is
listed,
true.
legendary, a lot of Hall of Famers, a lot of top 10 picks coming out of every single one of those programs. As far as, damn, I didn't even say Texas.
Ha!
But as far as
That's why.
that's crazy because my favorite player went to Texas. But as far as
One player
jerseys,
Man,
doesn't
Vince
make a
Young
program.
sucks.
It ain't even Vince Young. It's Ricky Williams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh well, hey
yeah,
Ricky was a real deal though.
yeah.
dude,
That
I'll go
sucked
get the
though.
jersey out the closet right now.
Hey,
But
save it for next time.
pause.
Next, yeah.
But as far as jerseys, man, I gotta go with. I've always liked them. Y'all are gonna hate me, but Illinois has some fire
No,
jerseys
I rock with him, bro. I used to play back in the old college football days. I used to
with
go to,
Isaiah Williams and Rashad
bro.
Mendenhall.
Them dudes,
Ooh,
yeah,
hell
yeah,
no.
True.
no,
Juice? You talking about the Juice?
yeah,
Juice Williams, baby.
yeah.
I
The
like
Juice was loose
those.
that 1 year though.
Yeah, I like I've always liked Miami's jerseys, early 2000s Miami, and even whenever they changed them in the
The
2010s.
Canes, yeah, the Canes were
Hey
they
Yeah.
were
man,
solid in the early
even the
2000s.
'70s, bro. They started the cutoff and stuff, showing
Yeah,
just
you know what I
rib
mean?
cages and all.
Just all types of stuff.
Yeah, that was popping back then.
Traditionally, I've always liked Penn State.
Okay.
It's just simple and clean. And honestly, I gotta say it, Oklahoma State's jerseys have
Yeah, yeah. That's the only
I
thing
mess with
I'll
them.
take from OSU besides
Maybe I'm biased because I went to Wellston and that orange and black is just singing, but I like them.
well, I like the variations of it. That's the
Yeah.
one thing I'll give
Yeah.
OSU, and that's probably the
They
one time I'll
usually
mention
they
them.
usually got some pretty solid combos, man.
Yeah, facts,
And
facts.
Oregon is just like, I mean,
I
it's
took
not
the
fair. It's
I
not
cheaped
fair.
out. I took a cop out. It's fine. I'll take that. Go ahead, Cam.
No, it's
All right, man. So for my top 5 programs all time, and I'm gonna list a few stats with it just to let everybody know why. Number one, got to be Alabama. I mean, traditionally, recently, 974 wins, which is good for third most ever. 18 natties, again, third most ever. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Michigan's the winningest program in the history of college football at over 1,000 wins. They also got 12 national championships. That's fourth most. Notre Dame, 962 wins, fourth most. 11 national championships. Ohio State, second most wins all time, which is kind of crazy. 2 Big Ten teams that play each other every year. First, the most all time. Second most all time wins. Kind of
That's
wild.
why it's called the game.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Good point.
well,
A couple honorable mentions before I get to my number 5. Texas, obviously 961 wins, only 4 national championships, which is wild to me. And I didn't know until a couple weeks ago. This is the first year they've ever come in preseason number 1 in the history of their program.
Man,
That's wild to me.
I
Of
can't
all
wait
the
for
good
them to
years that
fumble.
they've had,
so they
kinda
will
crazy.
fall. They can't.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
for them to lead to.
Yeah,
They
it's
go.
all down from here, baby.
Yeah. All down.
USC is my other honorable mention, man. They have 11 national championships, which is tied for 5th most, but only 882 total wins. So my number 5's got to be Oklahoma. There's a lot of great stuff with Oklahoma. Longest winning streak ever in history at 47. 6th most all-time wins, 7 national championships. So they round out my top 5.
To be 8, baby.
Yeah, that's right, man. Chase for 8. Let's go. As far as my jerseys, just kind of came up with this on the spot. I didn't realize we were doing jerseys. But you can't have a top 5 jersey at all if you don't include Oregon. I mean, that Oregon yellow and gray with the chrome helmet, bro, slaps. I'm sorry.
It does.
That thing, that combo
advantage, though.
I don't care if it's an unfair advantage, bro.
That run they had with DeAnthony Thomas and Darren Thomas and Jeff Mayle, like that uniform run they had for those 4 years, solid.
You know how dope LeGarrette Blount looked when he knocked that dude out?
Oh, my
From
bad.
Boise
I'm
State.
sleeping on that Oregon pick. I might be a hater, but I have to hate on it just for the simple fact of they literally have the creator of Nike.
I get it, but just think of this. Think of
their
this.
designs. He hired somebody who was like, "Hey, I need you to fucking cook this year again."
Do celebrities dress better than normal folks? Yes, yes, absolutely, and that's why it's unfair. Hey, we're not going into that. Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
You got to throw in the Baylor anthracites, man. I'm so excited they're bringing those back this year with the chrome gold helmet. That was such a clean look back when Bryce Petty was there. I mean, I know there was a lot of other stuff going on, but that was an intimidating look that they would put out on the field every week. Was those
When Sean
anthracite men?
Oakland was standing there
Yeah,
with them?
man, not just him, but they had Shane Verrett at corner who was laying the wood on. He killed Sterling Shepard one year.
Facts.
I
Yes.
mean, I think we buried Sterling Shepard and then resurrected him next year with Baker. So,
Mhm.
like that was just an intimidating look every week. I felt like Florida State in the early 2010s had that black unconquered uniform. That was pretty solid. I also liked the uniform combo after they won the national championship that had the sleeves with all the arrows or the
Oh yeah.
spears.
Mhm.
That was pretty dope. I'm kind of sad they went away from that recently, but trying to be traditional, I get it. Louisville Lamar's, man, the chrome
Yeah.
and red,
Yeah.
that chrome red
Deep
helmet,
pull.
bro.
I like that.
Man,
That was a real good
those
pull.
were clean when he hurdled that dude wearing that uniform. Boy.
Mhm.
And then my last one, dude, got to go with Oklahoma State's Zach Robinson's that uniform combo they had back then,
Mhm.
where they integrated all three, white, black, orange. I mean, the king of swag in college football is Zach Robinson, my opinion.
Bro, that's the only good thing to come out of Stillwater, bro.
Bro.
That's the only good thing to come out of Stillwater. Besides
Man.
Dirty Curtis.
I mean,
He
I also
died.
like the
Who
bandana
died?
collar.
No, not in real life, but when he tried to, was it like a draw? He did a QB draw one time. Zach Robinson got knocked the fuck out. Y'all
Oh
remember?
yeah,
You
yeah. Some
remember that?
OSU quarterbacks get knocked out, bro. That's what happens in Stillwater. Gundy doesn't. He's basically Roger Goodell. He don't care about safety.
Hey, Gundy wasn't only. I mean,
Scan the
quarterbacks
QR
weren't the only
code
thing
to
getting
get your
laid out in
medical bills
Stillwater,
paid for.
man.
Okay.
Oh, you ain't
Gundy
wrong,
was out there laying out them damn reporters.
man.
Don't you dare say a word about his program.
Man, that boy would go crazy. He'll go crazy. But good list, fellas. Let's pivot through to the NFL, and we can kind of mix some stuff together. Let's talk about AFC. It's obviously way too early because we're just finishing the preseason. But if you had to pick 6 from the AFC, 6 from the NFC, who would be your teams and why?
Hold on. Are we going 6 or 7? Because there's 7 playoff.
Oh yeah, there is 7 in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 7. My fault. It's early. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
yeah.
Isaiah. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it, Isaiah. Because I know you're gonna put some
16
Dolphins or
back.
some shit like that in there. Yeah,
No,
tell me why.
I'm not at all. That's the problem.
You should.
I got why?
Stand
Why?
on it. Stand on it. That's
I
why.
can't stand on it, bro. I can't stand on where that program
Isaiah,
is at.
take Tua. You take Tua to the playoffs, baby.
Well, your backup
not gonna
quarterback is
die.
better.
Taking him
Your,
into the playoffs.
your backup. First off, Tua came into the season looking like a gangster. Tua he tatted up, blasted,
Yeah.
calling
Tribal
Tyreek Hill
tattoo,
out.
too?
Yeah, bro, he's in the bloodline. Like he's
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
like,
he's
that's
he's
just what
one
he
of
is.
the ones, baby.
Yeah, he's one of them ones. Yeah, facts.
No. Okay, so usually how I like to scope it out as far as like playoff teams, like early, if we get 9 wins, it'll be close like it was last year. That's why I don't have us in the playoffs. Obviously, I gotta go Buffalo. I got possibly 3 teams out of the AFC North. I'm the
All
Cleveland
but the
Browns
Steelers,
over
right?
I was like, I got the Browns, I got the Ravens, and I got the Bengals. Go no, I would go Steelers, Ravens, and Bengals. I know the Bengals defense is absolute garbage, but I think that they'll shore up something. So those are the 3, and then you. So where am I at right now? Am I at 4?
Yes.
Okay, so out
You
of
gotta
the
pick.
AFC
You gotta
West,
pick 2
I
more
got
division winners.
obviously the Chiefs.
Okay.
Okay, and then after that, I could see the Chargers, and then coming out of the AFC South on a roll, steamrolling every team in that division.
The Texans. Anyways,
Get out of here, man. Don't be a hater.
what's your NFC side? What's your NFC side?
NFC side, give me the Bucks.
hmm
I'll go Falcons. I'll do Bucks,
Okay.
Falcons.
Two out of that division. Okay.
No,
The
I'll
NFC
go
South?
the NFC South, NFC East. You got to go with the Eagles. I
Yeah.
can see the Cowboys, so that's 4.
Real deal, man. Listen, the Giants, man. I know they're probably looking like the worst team in that division, but man, Jackson Dart, man.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
Redskin, and I got the Commanders, so I'm up to 5 now.
So now you have to pick division winners, the
Yeah.
last two division winners. Yeah.
So AFC West, give me
NFC.
give. I mean, yeah, the NFC West, go ahead and give me the 49ers. I think they'll bounce back. And then I'm missing
The
the
NFC North. And
NFC North.
yep, and you got one spot left, dog.
It's got to be Lions then.
All right, that's your 7. Cam, go ahead.
All right, man. Mine are. I'm gonna list mine based on seeding as well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too.
I'm gonna go
starting in
grab
the
some water,
AFC.
but I got you. I hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Starting in the AFC, man. Number 1 seed, AFC North champion, Baltimore Ravens.
I can see that.
I like what they did in the offseason with their defense, man. Like, I think they have stiff competition in the North. Like, I really like Cincinnati. I feel the same about Cincinnati as I do about OU, only opposite. If Cincinnati can put anything out there that can play defense,
Just a body.
Bro, Joe Burrow was the real deal last year. So if he can get some help on the other side of the ball, look out. I like the Steelers too. I talked to you yesterday about the Steelers, man. Their defense is being talked about as elite. With their secondary and their trench work on the D line, man. But I like what Baltimore did defensively. I feel like they added some pieces. They were already a great defense last year. Plus, their offense was real deal. So, and the regular season is never a problem for Lamar. It's
100%, 100%.
So give me Baltimore, number 1 seed overall. Out of the North, Buffalo, number 2 seed, AFC East champion. I don't feel like there's a lot of competition in the East this year. That's just me. I mean, Miami will be okay. New England, I think, will be better. And who's that? Who's the last team in the damn East?
Jets. Yeah.
Jets. Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah,
we
terrible.
suck.
Yeah. Coming in at the 3 seed, man. Listen, this is my AFC South champion. Let's go Jags, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Only because they win the division, and their division
You
is
said
so
strike the schedule that's
they're
something you've been talking about for a while.
Yeah, their schedule is weak. Now, I did put San Francisco in that weak category for a minute, but then they came back and they traded for Brian Robinson Jr.
And Sky Moore.
They added some pieces on defense, or re-signed some pieces I didn't think would re-sign. So
yeah,
that's gonna be a tougher game than I anticipated when I talked to y'all last. But I mean, they get 4 games against Indianapolis and Tennessee. So, and I think the Texans are going to be down. So,
anytime,
if
give me
anything,
at least 5 wins.
Work.
Give me at least 5 wins out of the division alone. You know.
There you
so,
go.
And I think Liam Cohen's going to do some wonders with Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence. I know it's only preseason and people talk about preseason, but I take stock in a lot of things, not necessarily recent performance, but Trevor Lawrence has not been good in any preseason of his career. And it's always been, well, it's just preseason. This year, he's completed in the preseason 85% of his passes. He's not thrown a pick, and he's not been sacked. So I'm hoping that translates to the regular season, but we'll see. You know, like I said, it's a weak division. So at the 4 seed out of the West, give me the Chargers. I like Jim Harbaugh. I like Justin Herbert. I think Kansas City is down. I think last year was the start of them coming down. I think they're going to be even more down. They have no receivers.
Let me give you one of these. Are you still comfortable with Slater being out all season, left tackle?
I don't give a shit.
All right.
No.
Give
me the Chargers, man. They're gonna
said
they're
the
gonna
Chiefs
ground
receivers are weak. Okay.
They are.
No, I said they're hurt. And right now, well, I'm sorry. When your top option is Xavier Worthy and he disappointed last year because Rashee Rice is suspended, you know,
not
Travis
yet.
Kelce was
he gets
down.
to play. He'll get to play the first 4 or 5 games, and then he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks.
Give me Jim Harbaugh. That dude's a winner.
Hey, you do you. You do you. This is your list. I'm sorry. This is your list.
And I felt like the Chargers did. I felt like they were on the uptick last year. You know, I like Amari on Hampton. I like what Najee Harris can do behind in that offense. Like,
if you can see.
I mean, yeah. Hey. I worry a little bit about the Chargers receiving core. I mean, they brought back Keenan Allen, but he's old.
His familiarity will help. Yeah.
Quentin Johnston died the other day, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So is
Yeah.
Ladarius.
maybe he'll have some catching ability because
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he'll
His
wake
brain
up, you know.
retooled how to catch the football.
that's Clifford Franklin if I ever
So
seen him in my life.
I like them out of the West. And I'll get to some other things, but at the 5 seed, give me a Kansas City and a wild card because of Andy
Okay.
Reid. At the
Okay.
6, give me Houston and a wild card because their division sucks. I think it'll be a dogfight between them and Jacksonville, but I think obviously I'm picking Jacksonville. At the 7 seed, man, give me Pittsburgh. They're rounded out, man. Mike Tomlin's a winner. I don't care. He's got a great defense. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be better than people think. And I think he's just going to force feed DK Metcalf. So give me the Steelers. Obviously, I left out Denver, Cincinnati, and New England. Cincinnati, no defense. Sorry. Not a believer if you can't tackle people. Denver, man. Denver was tough.
On me for
Denver
drafting
was
Bo Nix, so this is where it leads to.
Denver, I'm not that big a believer. I think he's going to have a down year. Their defense is elite. So it was really hard to pick between, to leave them out number 1, but to pick between them and Pittsburgh, man, because I feel like they're built the same.
Very much.
But I believe in Aaron Rodgers more than I do Bo Nix. And year 2, because historically, year 2 quarterbacks struggle. So in the NFC, number 1 overall, man, give me Philly out of the East. I think they're a juggernaut, man. Their whole defense, one of the top defenses in the league. They're all young.
Just keep getting better.
Yes. I know they lost Darius Slay, but I felt like that's why they drafted the great white hype, baby. I felt like they drafted him to be the
and Quinyon Mitchell was their number 1 corner, so losing Slay didn't do anything.
Yeah. No. So their trench work is crazy. Like all them boys they just basically are the Georgia Bulldogs of the last 4 years. So I like Philly. You can't stop them. I mean, they will never punt on 4th and 1, and you can't stop them. So and the 2 seed, out of the South, man, give me Tampa Bay. I like what Baker did. I think he's going to repeat. They added some more weapons on offense. I'm a little nervous about Liam Cohen leaving because I felt like, man, he did some things with Baker, unlocked some things. So it's a little bit of a reach to me just for that. But everything else, man, their defense is pretty decent. They're in the weakest division in football.
Yeah.
I mean, New Orleans don't have a quarterback. Carolina's terrible, and Atlanta's terrible. So, you know what I'm saying? So
Kyle Pitts.
They're gonna, bro.
Kyle Pitts. Believe in Pitts.
In the 3 seed out of the North, give me Detroit. They lost both their coordinators. Everybody's up in arms about it. I don't give a shit. Their defense, they were were they number 1 seed in the NFL or in the NFC?
In the NFC, yeah.
They were either 1 or 2.
Wins.
Yeah, they were 1 or 2. I think they were.
They were either 1 or 2, and their whole defense was hurt. So
they were 1 because they beat the Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, 14-3, I think.
Sometimes, man, when you got the right players, good that are good enough, it really doesn't matter who your coordinator is as long as he's not an idiot. I don't feel like an NFL coordinator is going to be an idiot.
Especially getting Aiden Hutchinson back. They had 12 injuries on that defensive side.
Like their defense was decimated, and they still were one of the best teams in the league. So give me Detroit at 3.
No.
Let me tell you something, man. Tampa Bay at 2 was because they beat Detroit in Detroit last year. So
something about Baker.
Man. The 4 seed, give me the Rams out of the West. They added some pieces on offense. I'm not a believer in San Francisco. Just not. We'll see. I mean, they did get Brian Robinson Jr., which will help if CMC does what CMC does, and that's get hurt in the first week. So, yeah.
Week 7.
So, I really like the Rams. Man, if Stafford can find a fountain of youth a little bit and he's not hurt and banged up, I mean,
he already got an epidural, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
but they got Stetson Bennett, baby, proven winner. They
still have Jimmy G too.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Proven winners.
Yeah,
Super Bowl quarterback. Okay.
And I'll never count out Sean McVay, bro. He's a great coach, man. He is the reason why Baker is where he's at now. My opinion.
Sean McVay is what people think Mike Tomlin is. True, yeah, for sure. At the 5 seed, plus they got Devontae, man.
I mean, weapons galore on offense. Like, who's going to stop this offense? That's kind of where I'm at. 5 seed, give me Green Bay out of the North. I think they're going to feature Josh Jacobs even more this year. They're going to start slow because they always do with Jordan Love, but they drafted really good at receiver. They added pieces on defense, and Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs. They're going to feature him. I like Green Bay in the North. At 6 seed, give me Washington. I think Jaden Daniels is going to have a down year, but Washington, dude, I like Dan Quinn. That dude, I feel like he's a proven winner as a head coach. I think Atlanta is stupid for firing him. Like, I mean, he took him to the Super Bowl, so I think he's just going to keep climbing. Even if Jaden Daniels has a down year in year 2, I don't think he's going to have a bad year. I just think he's going to be down. But give me Washington. The 7 seed, this one's going to be a surprise. Give me the Cardinals, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
I like the Cardinals, man. I like the Cardinals. I think Harrison's going to be better.
He will.
Yeah. I think he'll come back, and I think he'll have a good year. Yeah. Like, he's running out of opportunities here. Yeah. Like, for sure. So, I with my thoughts on San Francisco, I just, they were down last year. I don't like Brock Purdy. I think he benefited from a really, 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 really good team and good situation. And I think he benefited the most from Deebo Samuel, who's not there anymore. From what I've watched over the last few years, when Deebo's on the field, Brock Purdy looks like the MVP. When he's not on the field, terrible. So, and I don't like the Seahawks. The Seahawks are terrible. So, who else in that division? I didn't want to take 3 teams out of one division in either conference because I feel like there's a lot more parity than that. So give me the Cardinals, man. That'll be my my hot take. I like the Cardinals at the 7 seed.
Hey, you stood on it. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Mine is going to be very simple, and y'all know who the 1 seed is going to be in the AFC. No, I'm joking. The 1 seed, I actually have Buffalo. I think Buffalo does a great job of coming into the regular season, being quiet, but they did everything that they needed to do. If they bring Gabe Davis back, which I don't think they really need to, if they do, I think it makes them better. I think they've put in some money in their secondary, which was a horrible side of them last year. People talked about how the Bengals defense was horrible. The Bills defense was very un-Bill-like. So I think they've fixed that. I think they'll be the 1 seed. Baltimore will be the 2 seed. Jair Alexander, if he stays healthy, their defense is scary, and they can just run the ball. So they can just grind you out and not have to be put in situations where they're turning the ball over and putting Lamar in harm's way. I don't think Lamar has an MVP season this year either. I think he takes a page out of I think he has a quiet year. He'll have a few explosive games, but I think this is where he starts worrying more about winning than actually just coming out and balling out week in and week out, and try to save it into the playoffs and see what happens.
I think it'll be like his MVP season 2 years ago, where it was numbers were astonishing.
Yes,
but
yeah.
You know what I like about Buffalo, man? I like that they have given up on Von Miller. They're not paying him money to sit on the sideline. They're not holding out and hoping he'll get healthy, and then when he comes back, he's a shell. Like,
that's why he went to the Commanders.
They let him go, and they're going to allocate that money to somebody that can be out there week in and week out. I feel like, which I think will help the defense.
That's exactly what's happening. In the 3 spot, give me the Chiefs, just because. I don't think their schedule is going to be. I mean, it starts off tough, but then it's just powder puff down the rest of the schedule. I like the Chargers, but there's something about Herb in big games that I just can't trust. He just shits down his leg.
I like Herbert, except for in fantasy.
Last year he threw 3 picks and like 24 touchdowns, and none of it looked like great. He didn't look like his rookie season, but that's because Harbaugh is like, I'm going to protect you. We're going to run the ball. We just need to win games.
Well, but the reason that it makes sense is because the first game that they actually had to throw the ball a lot, he started throwing dots to the ops. So it was like, hey, that's why we want to run the ball. And I think they'll be better. Herb to me he's just a taller version of Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest. Like he can put up all the numbers in the regular season he wants to. He can be able to make all the throws, but whenever the moment is big against the best players, he just shows that he's not at the highest step. So 3 seed, give me the Chiefs. 4 seed, I'm going Texans. I'm going
Such a hater.
Texans.
Such
The
a
reason
hater.
the reason I'm going Texans is just cause, honestly, fuck it. I don't have any big reasons. I'm just a CJ Stroud fan. He's been very quiet. He's worked hard this offseason. Them getting, I think the reasons is because the wide receiver draft getting Higgins. They also were able
Higgins
to
was
get,
nice.
they were also able to get Christian Kirk from you guys,
Yeah.
and also with Nico, if he can stay healthy, I think they'll
Bro,
be fine.
and
Yeah.
and
And then Nick Chubb.
quietly, they had the number one defense in the league last year. Did
Yeah,
anybody know that?
no, and
I
that's
I
why.
had no idea.
Yeah, I thought they sucked on defense.
That's why I
D'Amico,
was like, I didn't feel like
Ryans.
they were that
Okay.
great. But
Yeah,
man,
Well,
yeah,
I think
the
they
defense
forced
was
a lot of turnovers. They
yes.
really did give up a lot of rushing yards. Every now and again, because the play was kind of average from CJ Stroud, it made the games look a lot
Well, I
closer.
was gonna say
yeah,
you can watch their games, and it was a lot of like 13-17 games.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
bro.
they were putting up a lot of points.
yeah, it makes
I
a
just
lot of
chalked it
sense.
up to just ugly AFC South football, but I guess they had a great defense. Whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. The 5 seed, give me the Denver Broncos. I do
Oh,
think that
Cephas.
Bo Nix takes a step back. I think Bo Nix does, but I think because of how good their defense is with Patrick Surtain, I just, brother,
And
and
they added Taloa Hufunga
yeah,
and
I think their
how about
offense
the
will
others?
not be. I think their offense won't be as good as it was last year. I think they'll take a step back offensively because Bo Nix has more film. But I do think that the Broncos are one of those teams to where when they get going, that home field advantage is something that people really don't talk about.
Yeah,
But
That
you have
mile
guys
that's
like
high
crazy.
air.
you have
Yeah.
guys like Ryan Clark who go up there and could never play because his body was like, nah, bud, we're gonna sit
Well,
this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sit this one out. So
Well,
I
it's
got
just
them.
not. I mean, it's the crowd too, man. That stadium is loud when they're when
Yes.
they're when they're hot, bro. That
Yeah.
that crowd it's up there with Pittsburgh and
Nah,
Kansas
Pittsburgh
City.
ain't
Like,
shit. Their fans in
bro,
Pittsburgh are just psychopaths. But
I'll never
shit.
forget in 2008 when Jacksonville went there for the divisional, bro. That shit was so hostile, hostile.
Yeah, because people were mad. I actually watched that game on my like it came across my algorithm the other day, and I just sat there watching it. I was like, been through 3 interceptions in the first half, and I'm like, man, fuck out of my
So,
face, Ben. I
Yeah,
hate you. I hate you. And then he tried to lead the troops back, and I had to watch David Garrard just
oh man,
bro,
that's
get the
he
why.
fuck
had a
out of here.
similar. I mean, he had a similar game in the 2017 game too, man. He threw a bunch of picks early and then tried to
Yeah,
lead them back late.
and couldn't, and then everyone just looks at it and says, "Oh, well, Ben wasn't the problem." Okay, keep
Yeah,
saying that. My 6 seed.
let's go, terrible towel, let's go.
I think as long as
He's
they
been
can
good
stay
for
healthy,
Gotham.
they'll be fine. I don't think that they are anything special. I don't think that they've made as much of an improvement in or from last year. I think Rodgers will be better for the offense, but the team's ceiling is still the same to me.
Yeah.
It's an unproven wide receiver room, an unproven offensive line, an unproven everything else except for defense. And we see how that works year in and year out. Is the defense gets tired, they get into big games late in the season, and they have to have the offense give them a game, and the offense can't, and then they get beat by 40. That's
I have a
just
question
what
for
it
you.
is. Yeah.
Is Calvin Austin going to be the best slot receiver in the league this year?
No. He's
You don't think so? Even with Aaron Rodgers?
his abs are hurting. And crazy enough, Rogers' favorite target has been Roman Wilson.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well,
Yeah.
Roman's not, I mean, he was pretty solid in college, though.
Yeah.
I feel bad for your tight end room because
I don't.
Jonnu is there and Fryermuth is there, and I feel like historically, Aaron Rodgers usually only has like one season where the tight end just balls out, but towards the
Isaiah,
end
who's
of his
the
career,
offensive coordinator, bro?
Arthur Smith.
Yeah. You know
Loves tight ends.
The Steelers ran more 13 personnel than any team in the league. We're gonna have all three of them in the league or in the game at one time with DK on the
Is
outside, and that's just what it is.
Is Jonnu a hand in the dirt tight end, or is he like Evan Ingram?
He's
Like
The
more
Evan
split out.
Ingram-ish.
more like Evan Ingram, yeah.
That's what I thought. So
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to see Moose more and the
Yes.
short yardage goal,
Yes.
like red zone
Darnell
packages.
Washington is going to destroy any linebacker
Darnell,
that
dude,
comes
that
his
dude
way.
is massive,
Don't they call
He's
him Mount? They call him
yeah.
Mount Washington,
Yeah,
bro.
Mount Washington
bro.
because
That dude is
he's
huge, man.
we also have Donald Parham. He's just on the IR, and Donald Parham is like 6'5", 260 pounds too.
You
Jesus
So
guys got you
Christ.
guys got tight ends like Cleveland has
that's
quarterbacks,
what
man.
Arthur
That's
Smith wants, son. That's just what it is. And so back to it in the 7 seed. This is where it gets fun. I'm actually just because now Isaiah sit back,
Okay.
just because I have the Jaguars in the 7 seed.
let's go, Duval.
The
Let one out,
only
Marlon. Let's go.
the only reason I have Jacksonville as the second 7th seed is because for one, the division is dog shit. For two, their schedule. For three,
Bro,
I'm not saying that I believe in Trevor Lawrence, but I do think that Trevor Lawrence is a good enough quarterback to get them to the playoffs. I think he's been running into offensive coordinator changes, head coach changes, and a bunch of things, moving pieces that just don't work for him. I think if they start off the year strong, I don't see them collapsing like they did a couple years ago, where they were supposed to be in the playoffs and then they let Ryan Tannehill skull fuck them. I don't see
They
that
were like
happen.
bro,
seven
yeah.
and two. What
I
was it, like seven
well,
and
and
two or something like
Well,
that?
no,
it's not like they
homeboy
were.
messed with the terrible towel. That's what happens.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like what I another thing, man. Like they addressed their areas where they got beat up on last year. Like I watched Aaron Rodgers' only good game of the whole year with the Jets. Just, I mean, absolutely run through Jacksonville secondary like a plate of hot Indian food. Like
Yes.
it was miserable, and like consequently, that
Yeah.
was also Devonte Adams' only good game.
Yeah.
Like, and it was frustrating, but they went out and they got Jordan Lewis from Dallas.
Yep.
They took a safety from Green Bay. Um, and then Travis Hunter, I think is going to be. Listen, Travis Hunter to me is going to be Deion Sanders. He's going to be a defensive player and have a package on offense. That's
I
it.
think that's what it that
Like
if
he's going to be corner number two.
if he wants to stay in the league for a while, I think that's probably his best bet. I know
Yes.
his ego wants to get in the way and do both, but I think if he wants to do both, wait until like year 3 or 4. Make
Yeah.
sure you can do it one way first, and then you can go ahead. But yeah, I have them as my 7. I made that. I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about it, and he was just like, "Bro, this is." The same way that Cam that you felt about the Cardinals, where it's like, hey, Kyler has to because he's
Yeah.
running out.
Trevor has
That's
to,
yeah,
man.
it's do or die. And I
Take a break.
almost picked the Dolphins. The only reason I didn't is because there's too much trouble in paradise. There's
No,
like Tyreek
it's
and
it's not paradise anymore. It's paradise 2 years ago
no, it's
when we put up
paradise.
Do
70.
do Tyreek and Tua hate each other? Is that what's going on right now? Are they
Tua just
beefing?
wants
There's a
him
little
to.
beef.
Tua just
There's a little
wants
beef.
Tyreek to be a grown up and admit that after the last game last year, he would, oh, this may be it for me. I don't want to be here. And he's like, hey, you
Yeah.
basically just quit on the whole team. So maybe you should just come
Yeah.
in and apologize and not just
Yeah.
show up and think that it's all cool. So,
He
I,
he had more children born than touchdowns last year.
yeah.
Okay.
And he's just,
That's accountability.
he's getting older. And like I said, bro, you know who
Hey,
Tua.
let's
Yeah.
go.
And
He
again, this is
added
way
more
too
tribal
early.
tats. His
Yeah, bro.
attitude has
Hey,
changed. He's not chill no more.
if the
Hey,
run out song is
our,
the original Tribal Chief song, brother, I may change my pick.
He said, "I'm
Isaiah,
gonna change my
Isaiah, I
pick."
have one question for you in Miami.
What?
Do you believe Ollie Gordon at some point will supplant the starting role? Like as the
With
lead back, not
Achan's
just
with
because
Achan's
Achan is
health,
small.
with Achan's health, first of all, that's the biggest question mark. I think if he is in, he could look like he could look like a top 5 running back. He could
Yeah.
look very not style or place like not skill wise because he's so straight line speed, but the amount of volume of touches that he gets, it's reminiscent of like Le'Veon Bell. Like the amount of touches, his production is very high whenever he does get the ball. He's
Yeah.
very efficient.
Efficient. Yeah.
If he gets hurt and it's Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon, that's kind of the committee that they were using whenever it was Raheem Mostert and Achane was a rookie.
Yeah.
You kind of got your fast guy and you got your downhill runner in between the tackles. So I think that they'll start out with Achane and Wright. Wright's health is in question. So if both of those guys go down, I think Ollie Gordon could be a between the tackles back.
Bro,
He's
I like
already
Ollie Gordon.
he's been good in the preseason as far as like,
Dude,
which was
solid.
crazy because between him getting the herpes and his terrible last
He got
year,
herpes?
yeah, his terrible last year, and his terrible year at Oklahoma State last year, and his combine, he did not look good in the combine. His 40 was like
Yeah.
a 4.7, like he was like middle of the pack and like all the measurables of everything. But
He
he was
looks
kind
like
of like
he looked like a Greek god though. When he was standing
yeah,
by the other running backs in the combine, he looked.
what's crazy is it's kind of I compare it to whenever CJ Stroud didn't do good in that Wonderlic test, and he was like, I know how to play football. When Ollie Gordon gets the ball, he knows how
He
to play
knows,
football.
yeah.
Until he
He
comes,
knows
I
what he
just
until he
does.
I
comes to
wanted to ask
Acrisure.
because man,
Yeah.
I've seen so much hype out of Miami's camp. Just
Oh,
in,
we do
in,
play
in
y'all
the
this year, don't
games,
we, Isaiah?
in the games, man.
We're kicking y'all's motherfucking
He's looked really
ass,
good.
bro.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
And push ups on it, Isaiah. No,
hold up.
I'm not telling you to do 10. I'm saying 10
Oh.
push-ups on the
I
Steelers
thought
and Dolphins
I
game.
thought I owed you 10 for something. I was about to go knock him out, but
Nah,
all right.
bro, I'm wasn't gonna do you like that. But all
But
right, would you let me finish?
yeah, sorry.
Would you let me finish? My
Sorry,
one
boss.
seed, I have Philly. I it's their team is just really good.
They're like
Really.
undeniable.
Yeah, it's just really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
like Thanos.
The 2 seed, believe it or not, give me the Rams. And it's
Wow,
just because of
hey.
Sean McVay. Just Sean
Let's
I
go.
love Sean McVay, bro. Like
Dude,
Defense
it's
looks
hard not
better.
to.
well, whenever there was like rumors, and obviously this was just stupid rumors, offseason rumors, but there were rumors that like the Steelers were trying to get McVay for Tomlin. I was like, do it right now. Do it.
Please.
Do it. So give me them as the 2 seed. Shocking, right? My 3 seed. Give me Minnesota. Give me
Ooh,
Brian Flores'
wow.
defense.
Okay.
Jettas. Give me Jettas. Give me Minnesota. I think JJ McCarthy will be a single step forward than Sam Darnold. I think he will be able to do enough. I'm not saying he's going to come out and sling it, but I think he does have a very Bo Nix type season from last year. I think he has that season this year, and it's good enough.
Well, and we've seen plenty of times. Gosh, can't remember his name. Head coach up there, man. He's crazy with quarterbacks.
Kevin O'Connell, yes.
Yeah, O'Connell was crazy with quarterbacks, man.
Yes.
He's resurrected like 3 quarterbacks.
Yep, and that's
So-
why I think that he'll be fine with JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy did look smooth. Obviously, Jordan Addison was on the TRT and got busted, or he was on the cocaine. I don't know, but that's what he was on.
And new move out of their camp. They signed Carson Wentz when they traded Sam Howell.
I don't even care. But I just
say that if McCarthy
Detroit
gets hurt.
Yeah, Detroit is. I like Detroit, but again, we'll see. We'll see. So they're my 3. Bucks 4, easy. Baker is if Baker could stop throwing those fucking interceptions where he just has just a bro, what the fuck are you doing? If he could eliminate those, they'll be scary, real scary. 5 seed, give me the Lions at the 5 seed. The 6 seed, give me the Commanders. And then the 7 seed coming straight back into the NFC East, give me them boys.
The Plowboys,
Wow, the
baby.
Cowboys.
George Pickens and Darius Lamb are going to be a problem. I think if their defense can stay healthy, they may be higher than a 7 seed. I'm high on Dallas this year just because, again, I don't trust Dak in the playoffs, but just getting there, I think Dak can have one of those years.
That's how I'm with Jacksonville, man.
Yeah.
I got him as a 3 seed because they're going to win their division, but then they're going to lose in the first round. But hey, watch out, man. Jake Ferguson. That's all I'm going to say.
Agreed.
All the attention is going to be on those 2 receivers.
Yes.
Ferguson's going to chew them up in the middle, man.
Well, and who's their starting back? I don't
It's
care
going to be
who it is.
Javonte Williams
Okay,
and Miles Sanders are going to split.
Javonte Williams
I
may run for like 1,400 yards because
he's
if
I
I
think
you,
don't
he'll have a resurgence, honestly.
I don't care if the
I
offensive line will be better, but you cannot load the box up. If you load that box up, you are.
Yep.
yeah. See, I don't think Devontae Williams is going to hold on to that role. I think Jaden Blue is going to take it over. But either
Hey,
way, it doesn't matter.
hey,
The only worry I have with Dallas, man, is they did not address their gaping defensive tackle holes.
I
So people are
agree.
just going to run it down their throat. That's
I
the only
agree.
worry I have with them.
Yeah, I think they'll have their defense won't be in the top end of the league, but I think they'll be good enough
Yeah,
just to be able to score enough points. But we'll see.
yeah.
But next topic, obviously, top five quarterbacks, and then we can jump into Christmas NBA games and then finish her off with WWE. But who's y'all's top five QBs? Because I've heard some lists. Mine are easy. Mine I'm going in no particular order. Give me Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, and then my five spot. I don't give a shit what anybody's talking about until somebody can do it. Give me Jalen because we never until Tom started just throwing for ungodly amount of stats. No one was like holding it against Tom Brady that he was playing with Belichick and he had a great defense and he had all of this stuff. Now
Yeah.
all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh, Jalen Hurts shouldn't be up that high because the Eagles are just too stacked and he didn't do blah 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 like he didn't a few years ago." Just set the league on fire and then throw for 300 plus in the Super Bowl and go shot for
Yeah.
Yeah.
shot with Patrick Mahomes. So that's my five.
Yeah.
Who's y'all's?
I'll let you go, Cameron.
All right. I'm like Marlon, no particular order. Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes, and at number 5, man, give me Hurts because I'm the same. We act like Jalen Hurts didn't come in and take over for Carson Wentz when Philly was ass and turn them into a juggernaut a year later before all the weapons. Jalen Hurts was throwing it all over the yard before they got AJ Brown.
That's the
Jalen
reason
Hurts
they
was
got him
throwing
too.
it all over the yard before that defense took off.
Yeah.
Then you add in nobody can stop them on a 1 yard situation or a 2 yard situation. He is so good at that one stupid play that the rest of the league tried to ban it. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
Like
And then they were like, no, not
No.
going
and all Philly says is, anybody can do it, but y'all can try it. But nobody else can seem to do it as well as Jalen Hurts. So,
Yeah.
like I said, he's accurate. I don't understand why people hate on him so much. He throws accurate passes. His deep ball is beautiful.
It's just
But
people just pick apart and nitpick everything. And I get it. Maybe he's not their cup of tea, but like you said, I can't count it against him because he didn't have the best year. But I can't also then say, well, Patrick Mahomes, because it's just like, no, if I'm going to count it against Jalen
bro,
for not having a great year, I also have to count it against Mahomes.
this
And,
go
hey,
ahead.
no, that was it. It's just like,
This is the only thing I need for my Jalen Hurts argument. This man has been to 2 Super Bowls, both against Kansas City, and he outperformed Mahomes both times.
both times. And one,
That's
his
all I
defense
need.
was
Yeah.
cheeks.
Yeah,
So,
that's all I need.
Isaiah, go ahead and break it up and put Tua in the top five.
Absolutely not.
Right, he's a top five.
He's a top 13. And he's not 12. Let me go ahead and get, obviously, you got to go Josh Allen. You got to go Lamar Jackson. You got to go Joe Burrow. I'm throwing Jalen Hurts in there as well. And call me crazy. Baker Mayfield's in there.
Baker,
See,
I have Baker at 6, and
Yeah, I was about to say something.
Baker's at 6, and then I know people try to keep Stafford there. If Jaden Daniels comes out and has another great season, he would be 7 for me, and then I'd have Stroud and Love somewhere in there too. But no, you're not crazy for it, but I want to see him stack, if that makes sense. I just want to see him stack more of these kinds of years. But hey, you do you, Isaiah.
The
Boomer.
reason
Hey,
that I have him there is because we didn't even know if Baker was going to start when he first got to Tampa Bay. And over the past 2 seasons, their defense has gotten better, but he has also put them in a position to go to the playoffs based on his play. This man threw for 40 touchdowns. Yeah, he had like 14 interceptions, but they are now a part of that conversation as to 2 years ago when he first got there, it was the Tom Brady hangover. Baker Mayfield sucked. He couldn't cut it in Cleveland. Then he couldn't cut it in Carolina. He was on a rental in LA. Like, we were talking about possibly Baker Mayfield having one last shot and not being in the league. You look at him now, turning the tide after the Brady years,
Yeah.
having them winning playoff games, and then he just happens to run into the Eagles. He beat the Eagles one year. Then he ran into the Eagles, and then he ran into a Washington team where that O line last year for some reason could not hold up a block, and also defensively they could not stop Jaden Daniels. But let's say they win that game, we're talking about a whole different playoff run
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
And that would have been his second too, because when he was in Cleveland, he took them to the playoffs. You know,
It was a play away from going to the AFC
if
Championship.
Cleveland can stop a backup quarterback, you know,
Yeah.
like on 4th and 1,
Chad
ball game.
Henne.
Bro, former Jag, let's go, baby. Can we acknowledge that Baker also threw 40 touchdowns last year and didn't have
his two receivers for most of the reason.
Yeah, I mean, we found out about Jalen McMillan, Scotty Miller, Cade Otton exploded. And then also, I mean, he's been through, just in his time, he's been through like 5 different running backs, all of which have had years where people are talking about them being, you know, top 5, top 6 running back in the league. I mean, we all expected Rachaad White to do Rachaad White like he did 2 years ago last year. And then this other guy comes out of nowhere, and it's like, dude, you know? So that separates Baker for me. Like, when you can do all that and you don't have Mike Evans for most of the year, and then
Godwin does Godwin things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he goes down, and then Godwin explodes, and then Godwin goes down, and now you're working with Jalen McMillan and Cade Otton. Like, that's pretty impressive to me.
Yeah.
Yep. I am mad at it, Isaiah. I'll clip that though, because I want to see what people got to say about that. Not having Kermit in there, but let's switch gears so we can get ready to wrap her up. But so Christmas games and who wins the MVP in the NBA?
Okay, I'll start. I like the Christmas Day games. I think my most intriguing one is Rockets Lakers. I am excited to see what Luka can do. What Luka Lakers are going to be. Like,
trade Braun first.
Well, I'll get to the Braun aspect later, but I like KD on the Rockets, man. I think the Rockets are going to be elite this year. They scare me a little bit because KD don't have to do anything except focus on scoring the basketball. They're so locked in Houston right now, so I'm excited for that. The dynamic between KD and LeBron, possibly one of the last. It probably will be the last matchup on Christmas Day for them too. That's going to be exciting.
Yes.
I think Spurs Thunder, obviously Wemby, Chet. Chet coming in, if he's healthy. Last year at the beginning of the year, Chet was dominating. He was the offense because Shea struggled at the beginning of the year, and Chet was averaging like 21 and 13 until he got hurt. So I like that dynamic, that matchup. Spurs Thunder. Not really fired up about Mavericks Warriors, Cavs Knicks, Bulls Nuggets. I don't really. I mean, I want to see what
Cooper Flag, baby.
Yeah,
Cooper Flag.
I want to see what Cooper Flag's going to be about. I want to see what the Jimmy Warriors are going to be like on a after a camp and being used to each other. So,
it won't matter when Golden State trades for LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, hey, are we picking winners of these games, or are we just talking?
Just talking. If you like the games, and then who you think is going to win the MVP.
I really could give a shit about Cavs and Knicks. I don't really care about.
Yeah, I mean, the East to me it's hard because there's so many injuries. Obviously, light skinned dude, you know what I'm saying, Tatum, who should be a Laker but he's not. Him being out, and then the Halle band, him being out, it's hard because I really thought if the Pacers were fully healthy, they would have went Knicks Pacers. It's gonna sell. Yeah. I mean, Triple H helped that, but
especially with Tyrese with Halliburton's crazy run last year after that list came out.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and the Reggie Miller choke thing in the Garden. Like, that rivalry is fixing him and Brunson. That rivalry is fixing to take off, and it's going to sell a lot.
The only thing that I would have
In a year.
changed is I would have put the Hawks and the Knicks to revamp the
Trae Young,
Knicks things. Yeah, because I mean, without the Halle band, there's the Knicks is and the Cavs, it just doesn't do it for me. Like I
I
remember
just don't
last
get
year,
excited watching them play, man.
yeah, I love Donovan Mitchell, but I'm
Second
just
best
not.
record in the league, and you're like, huh?
And I told you,
Very
yeah, I
good.
remember talking to you. I was like, I just don't believe in the Cavs. I just don't. There's just there. It's not like they remind me of the Cavs when Braun was there back in like '07. They'll run through the regular season and then just. But anyways, Isaiah, what you think of the Christmas games?
Yeah.
I kind of agree with. I mean, I agree with Cameron. I think the Lakers Rockets game is going to be very interesting. As far as is this KD's kind of like last shot at it? How does he look in Houston with that offense? Because Houston last year they had a good record. They were young. Now you bring another veteran presence. You have him and Van Fleet, but also how is his role going to look? At one point, whenever I mean it was the Warriors and it was the Nets and they had other stars around him. But is he more of the like is he trying to turn back the clock and be the number one guy? Because since he's left Golden State, he's had other players kind of around him to where he could kind of like fall back and not do a whole lot. What does that look like for them? He's gonna be their number one scoring option, period. So does he start to look more tired? Does his efficiency go down? And like you said, the Luka Lakers, I don't think they're going to trade LeBron, but the Lakers are the Lakers, so they're always going to be an interesting matchup, regardless. I think with the Thunder game too, I mean, to me, I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Spurs. But I mean, and I'm a Spurs fan, but also at the Christmas Day games, you got to think they're like 20 games into the season, something around that.
Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah.
25.
So we'll see kind of do at that point for that game. Obviously, there's the semi rivalry or going to turn into a bigger rivalry with Chet and Wemby. I also look at it from a perspective of how will the Spurs look going into that game. I think they'll lose, but re-signing De'Aaron Fox, what they did in the draft, adding another guard, like are they going to be a quicker paced team? How are
They should be.
I'm excited for year 2 Stephon Castle, man.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be legit.
Is this the first year without Pop too?
Yes,
man.
Yeah, that's
so. Then that's a big question. How does the structure of the team look? Because Pop will keep people in check. You had great players, but no personality was ever bigger than the team. And if you were, you got the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact.
So to me, it's like, are we going to have more problems from an organizational standpoint? But outside of that, man, I mean, the T-Wolves and Nuggets game.
It'll be nice, but I just don't care. Honest. I mean,
I
don't want to say I don't care. I think we'll see what Denver does. They did do a little bit of shift into their roster, but I just don't. Yeah. They're not one of those teams. I like watching Denver in the playoffs. I don't like watching them in the regular season.
And I mean, the last one that I would kind of highlight is the Mavs and Warriors game. You got the retirement home special between both teams. And yeah, Cooper Flag is going to be nice, but he's got to fit into the role within that team.
He is the role, bro. Stop it.
Yeah, I want one more. Like, it can happen next year. Because I don't think it can happen this year. But, bro, give me one more Dame Lillard, Steph Curry matchup. Give me one more on Christmas Day, man. Like, well, that's why I was going to mention that, but I forgot that he tore his Achilles, so he's probably not going to play.
Well, he's
re-signed
Portland.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me one more Rip City, Golden State, Dame Lillard, Steph Curry. The rest of the team can just sit on the bench. Let me get
just let them shoot. I
don't give a damn about nothing else.
Inbound the ball to half court and just pull up. Yeah, I feel that.
Just one-on-one. But yeah, no, that's my take on it. So
who y'all have for MVPs? Or for the MVP, or at least say pick like 3 names that you think will be in the running for MVPs. Mine is easy.
Edwards, SGA.
Mine is Shea,
Yeah,
Jokic, and Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I got
that's literally what I was gonna say.
I got Jokic, SGA. Give me Giannis, man. Giannis without Dame, he's going to be the focal point again.
Yeah,
Give me Giannis. And I
honorable
thought long
mentions.
and hard about Luca because I felt like last year, not when SGA won, but when Jokic won, Luca probably should have won that. I mean, this
I
man
Yeah,
almost averaged a 30-point trip dub.
I
Like,
this is my thought on my Lakers, bro. And this is me being
I think LeBron's going
100%
to take
honest.
away from him. That's just me.
That exactly what I was going to say. I think if they were to move LeBron and just do what every other team is doing in the Western Conference, which is a two-man like primary,
Mhm.
and let
Yeah.
Luca and Austin go, and then get a bunch of long wing players and
Yeah.
bigs, and just let those two go, then Luca could win the MVP. But as long as Bron is there, LeBron is
Yeah.
going to demand too much to be able to let
Yeah.
Luca really go on. And
Dominate
you
that
could
much.
tell.
LeBron is a big Russ, man. He's not effective without the ball. My
Yes.
opinion.
No,
Like,
it's not even an opinion. Like, he does
He
not
looked
add
weird
anything.
playing off the ball.
Yes,
yeah,
it looks so weird, and his shot. LeBron shot it ugly as a bitch.
bro. But don't let him look down at the ball, though, man.
Yeah, yeah,
He
man.
hits that little look down, man. It's going in.
That's the Unk special, bro. That's that you start playing with your kids outside, and you ain't got no movement no more, and that's all. That's him playing against Bronny. But nah,
Man, if the Lakers could find what Denver found as opposed to LeBron, like if they could find Cam Johnson,
yeah,
I think the Lakers would be solid because Cam can
but
play some defense. He's long and he can stroke, and
yeah,
that's what the Lakers need with
easy.
Luca.
Easy.
Hey,
But
yeah, hey,
that's why I'm saying they have to get rid of Bron. And I've been saying, honestly, I've been saying that for 3 years now. Of like, the Lakers will not be able to take a step forward until they get rid of Bron. And it does not make sense to have a 42-year-old being one of the
yeah,
cornerstones of your franchise. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He sells hella tickets. He's one of the all-time greats of the game. Like, all of that can be true. But
yeah,
building a team, it
Mhm.
doesn't make sense to do it. And honestly, anybody, in my opinion, that thinks that LeBron going to Golden State and playing with Steph, that's going to immediately put them. No, because
no,
nobody's going to play defense,
yeah.
and they're going to get ate up.
Yeah.
I don't know where LeBron could go and just change the
Home,
trajectory of a franchise anymore.
The
the
Like
house.
he's just not
Let
and
the
it's not
kids
to
get
take
the
away
shine.
from what he was. He is, in my opinion, one of the most like dominant players in all aspects of basketball ever to play. Like,
And he just
but
got wet.
he's not what he was. I mean, he
Yeah,
just isn't. He's slow. He's lost his step. He's not as explosive. He can't shoot. Like,
he can't
and
defend as often.
bro, yeah, like I just don't know where he goes. Like maybe in 2016 he goes to the Warriors where he can still play point forward.
Yeah, that would have been
Like, cool.
perfect. That
Yeah,
would have been
cool, but
perfect.
not now. Shit.
Even in like 2019, 2018, 2019, when he was starting to come down,
Yeah,
if he would have went, he would have been fine. But now it's just, when you have LeBron, you have to have, everyone has to be 3 and D. They have to be able
yeah,
to shoot. They have to be able to defend at a high level, and you just have
He
to be
should have
able to sit
came.
there because
He sh-
like you said, he's not effective off the ball. He doesn't have a bag, so it's literally like I'm ducking my head and that's it. And
going
he's
to the
not.
rim.
His footwork is ass. He's not a Kobe. He can't just hit
Yeah,
and just get to where he wants. His offense at this point. If he doesn't get just red hot from three, his offense looks horrible.
yeah. I was gonna say I feel like he's a fast break player.
Yes.
Like if he's
he
one on
should
one
have
in a fast break, that's it.
he should have done the smart thing back in 2018, fellas,
Yeah,
and
retired.
came to Oklahoma. No, came to Oklahoma City and ruined this franchise. There was
Instead,
early talks. Y'all remember?
yeah. I posted on Facebook and said I seen him at the airport, and my shit blew up. People were like, "Really?" I'm like, "God, y'all are so easily influenced." But all right, fellas, let's go to the final topic before we wrap up the first episode. WWE first. Who are your top 10 superstars of all time?
I'm
Isaiah,
gonna
do
do this
not
on the fly.
fucking troll me again.
What are you talking
Okay?
about?
You know
I didn't
damn
troll
well what
you.
I'm trolling. I'll start my list because I can just no particular order. Give me Bonesaw from the first Spider-Man. This is the greatest
This
time.
guy.
Macho Man Randy Savage, bro. Give me
Greatest athlete
Macho.
ever.
Give me the Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah. Give me Shawn Michaels. Give me Randy Orton. Give me Stone Cold and The Rock. Give me Ric Flair. Now this is where it's gonna get tough. Okay,
I'm literally typing mine out as we do
6.
this. It's perfect.
I'll say give me Undertaker. Give me, I'm trying to think. 7. Shane McMahon, just because of how psycho he was, and then
Shane
Bro, he
McMahon.
had
he
some
turned.
crazy spots, man.
Yes, yeah,
That
crazy
dude,
spot fest,
him
crazy.
falling off the damn Titantron
Yes,
thing was
psychopath.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then honestly to end it, I'll give me John Cena and then probably let's see, Cena
Oh man,
and I don't want to miss somebody and I feel like I'm gonna do it. Give me Braun Breaker, fuck it. That's my dog.
Braun
Give me
Breaker,
Braun Breaker. All time, I don't even care.
dude. I love when he crashes out.
He's Cameron. I'll let you go.
7, what are
I'm
you gonna do?
I'm typing mine out.
All
Cameron,
right.
I'll let you go.
I'll start with some honorable mentions that didn't make my top 10. Bret Hart. I know he's great. Don't really care about him.
Yeah,
Thought
facts.
he was stale. Wasn't really good promo wise. Like, good for Vince screwing him. Uh, I got a Kurt Angle.
Oh, Perk Angle, baby.
Man, dude. Kurt Angle was solid, bro. But he didn't make my top 10. I don't feel like he influenced wrestling enough. Although he is one of the most underrated comedy wrestlers ever. Like
Agreed.
some of his funny points, especially with Stone Cold, man, crazy. And Eddie Guerrero, man, give me him as an honorable mention. Eddie Guerrero was awesome. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. The lie, cheat, and steal stuff was hilarious. His work with Rey Mysterio, all that stuff, great.
Yep.
He is also one of the funniest wrestlers in the history of wrestling, in my opinion.
And he's Dominic Mysterio's dad.
Bro, yeah, and he's Dom's dad, man. Without Eddie, there's no Dom.
Yeah, Dirty Dom.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mine in order, and this is my preference. Number 1 favorite wrestler, best of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He changed wrestling by himself, in my opinion.
What?
Completely changed wrestling, and he's a beer drinker. I'm for it. Number 2, give me John Cena. His work is undeniable. I think he's the only wrestler besides maybe Hulk Hogan that was babyface for as long as he was. Crazy. Give me the Hulkster at number 3. He's racist, but whatever. Rest in peace to the Hulkster.
I hope he went with the air conditioner.
He kicked the shit out of Rocky Balboa too, so that was cool.
He did. Yeah, I forgot. Thunder Lips.
Yeah. Number 4, give me Ric Flair, the Nature Boy.
That's a crazy name, Isaiah.
Crazy name.
At 5, give me The Undertaker.
I like this one.
6, give me Randy Orton. 14-time champion, man. You can't pass up Randy Orton in the top 10 list. I'm sorry.
Randall Keith.
Man. And he made out with Stephanie right in front of Triple H.
That's crazy. You would have to see me in the back.
Bro. His legend killer arc was GOAT. 2009 Randy Orton, one of the greatest single years of any wrestler in the history of
I was going to say bald head, skinhead Randy Orton was he was crazy.
And I'm kind of digging this. I'm kind of in for this babyface, roided out version we're getting right now. This dude is massive. I don't know what the hell happened, brother.
Steroids is what happened, bro.
He got that.
And he hasn't lost any of his explosiveness. Like, even though he gained like 150 pounds of muscle.
Yep.
So I'm here for it.
Same.
Heartbreak Kid at number 7, Shawn Michaels. Again, undeniable person to me. I think he was robbed of some of his career, but that's okay.
He was. Fucking
number
Undertaker.
8, Triple H. Again, I think he had the single greatest pop of all time when he came back in 2002.
Yes.
2001. I'm sorry, 2001. Was it 2001? It was 2002. January 2002. Yes. I think that was the greatest pop in wrestling history. That's my opinion. But 14-time champion, he's in my opinion, the head and creator of the two greatest stables in wrestling history.
Yeah.
And in DX and Evolution. So give me Triple H at number 8. Number 9, The Rock. The Rock would have absolutely been higher on my top 10, but I mean Hollywood was more important. So
yeah, he was really only there for
Like
like
6 years.
6 years,
5 or 6, yeah.
6-year career.
Yeah.
So
and his last 2 years where he was in and out.
Yeah.
So give me The Rock at number 9. In that 6 years, what he was able to do, like it's going blow for blow with Stone Cold, who is my top all time. I mean, give me him in 6 years. Number 10, I think his work across all platforms is undeniable. Give me Y2J, man.
Yeah.
Y2J is undeniable. He is the greatest person at changing his
gimmick
persona. He's the greatest of all time. Not even close.
Yeah.
So
he's
anyways, that's my top 10.
Give me a second before you go, Isaiah. If I had to mention some honorable mentions, I would throw in Chris Benoit.
Benoit was solid.
I get it, he's a psychopath. Isaiah, chill out. But we're talking just like work. If you don't read the last chapter of the book, that book is a bestseller. That's how I feel about that.
Probably could have benefited from a few less flying headbutts. But
or chair shots,
or
suicide dives. Yeah, facts. RVD, I love me some RVD. I think RVD was held back quite a bit by Vince, because he didn't want to play ball, and I kind of get it. But RVD, one of the best. And then honestly, Nikki Bella. You know why?
Man.
You know why?
See, I feel the same about what you said. I feel the same about Booker T, man.
Yeah, Booker would definitely be honorable mention.
In the WCW, but when he got to WWE, it was like
Vince didn't like black people, dude.
I think Vince didn't like people from other promotions.
Yeah, he just didn't like WCW because he fucked all
other
of them.
Promotions.
Look how you did Sting, bro. Look what he did to Sting. You think Sting should have lost to Triple H in his only WrestleMania match? I guess.
It's black man.
I guess.
Sting's black.
Yeah, and so Booker T definitely would be one. He screwed over Big Papa Pump. He screwed over Goldberg.
Goldberg can't wrestle. That's
easy.
Sorry.
You're right.
Sorry, I yelled.
And the name that I left off, that I get it. His first part of his run was not the best, and I don't think that it was his fault at all. Again, I think it's Vince as a booker at the end of his booking days. I think he got too old and he just didn't care about what was going on culture wise. But
Roman Reigns,
Tribal Chief, bro. Tribal Chief reign to me is, as far as just the character. Yes. That with the bloodline storyline and all of that for a 3-year time, that was one of if not the best thing going.
We can't. It goes without saying. He revived Sami Zayn.
Yes. And then
Sami Zayn was on his way out.
Yes, and when you loop everything into it, of where you say Roman came in, he was the tribal chief, he gets with Paul Heyman, he then feuds with Jey Uso, turning him into basically main event Jey Uso. Yeah. Then Jimmy comes back, they start. You introduce Solo as a character from NXT. You boost Solo to the moon. Sami Zayn gets brought back in. And then you integrate The Rock back into it, which is one of my favorite Rock characters of all time, as the final boss.
Yeah.
But sorry to keep me wet. Isaiah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. So I made a list of honorable mentions, and I also have a top 10. This is in no particular order. These are just my guys. Okay. So I got Shawn Michaels for obvious reasons, even though early in his career he was an asshole and a drug addict. when he found Christ, I think he became an even better wrestler, top to bottom. His in-ring work, I think, was even more technical because he had to save his body. He was so good at selling. He was so good on the mic, just everything, top to bottom. Shawn Michaels. And also, like, he hated for what Hulk Hogan did to him so much. It was the best sell I've ever seen. At
SummerSlam? Yeah. He sold his ass off, yeah.
He was like, all right, I'm going to make sure you look like you won. I got Stone Cold, obviously. culturally, you look at Stone Cold for what he did in that time for as long as he did it, and then injuries kind of got in the way, and also creative got in the way.
Yep.
With that, there's everybody knows what Austin 316 means. Everybody, what it was the same level of, what Lil Jon in the
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
2000s had on crunk music. It was just everybody knew what it meant, everybody knew what it was.
Well, he's still the Stone Cold, like real quick, Stone Cold's impact on wrestling is still felt because during every
Right
promo
now.
on any show, if you
Hmm.
do the cadence wrong and you pause, the crowd is going to say what
What?
every single
Every
time.
time. Yep. And that's purely off of him, regardless. Yeah, you can't, that's undeniable.
Your name is
Um,
Hugh Morris. What
what?
is that supposed to impress me?
What? So I got him. I got Randy Savage, obviously. He's my guy. The amount of cocaine that this man did to make the intensity, of every promo
Bro.
YouTubeable 40 years later.
It's a fact. I can
It's
watch Randy Savage promos right now and just be, oh, you told me, Hulk Hogan, you would never put Elizabeth in harm's way. You broke that promise, Hogan.
so fast you didn't even see it coming. Yeah.
Yeah,
When the cream.
cream of the crop always rises. Yeah.
He had that coffee creamer and said, but I got Randy Savage. I think, especially after watching the documentary on all these guys individually, and also looking at Kurt Angle's story mixed with his comedic, un, what's the word I'm looking for? It was unintentional. His comedic
Yeah.
presence. He wasn't amazing on the mic, but just from a technical standpoint, what he did and his time at WWE before he got 15 DUIs and was perked out of his mind. And the list of his injuries.
Perk Angle may be I don't even care. Like if I had to have one wrestler wrestle a match for my life, Perk Angle
Give me
is
give me prime
Perk.
perk every time. The fact that this man came into TNA and was wrestling with a mouthpiece because he was geeked out so much, he had to stop himself from biting his own teeth. Literally. He had to stop himself from doing that. Undeniable. I got Rey Mysterio for what he meant for undersized people like myself, showing his athletic ability in the ring, becoming a WWE champion at that size, and his longevity in that career. Everybody knew what the 619 meant. Whenever his entrance, prime Rey Mysterio entrance on SmackDown,
Which one? Because they all are
popping up,
bangers. Who's
popping
that
out the plug,
popping out the
spin
sky?
out the sky.
REY Mysterio.
Everybody knows that. I got The Rock, obviously, like we had highlighted, everybody else has him in there. Um, just his heel presence in the WWE, the comedic aspect of it, what he meant in his rivalries with other people. He boosted them because of his mic work. He sold his ass off. Yeah, he was kind of like John Cena and only had like three good moves, but
Fine.
it's still, yeah, it's still undeniable. I got Ric Flair for obvious reasons. Just his presence, not only on pop culture today, but what he did in the ring for the amount of
What he
time that he did it, and mixing
his
that
women
in.
pool, man.
Well, and he
Boy.
he kind
I
of
wasn't even gonna
transformed.
say that.
Well, he kind of transformed what heels were because before
Yes.
heels were just old bad guys where they just like I want to beat you up, and he was like, nah, fuck all that. This Rolex
Got more money
like
than
he
you. You ain't shit.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like he was the first wrestler that you look back in history of, like, when it started to become popular in the 70s and the early 80s. He's the first guy that, like, really developed a character, really developed this persona, and then eventually he became it, and he still is it, getting drunk in bars in Tampa at 85 years old or however old he is. Um, I got the Undertaker, obviously, the presence of him in the WWE, the same thing, longevity, in-ring work, was safe with guys, a scary figure, even when he became the American Badass. that was my favorite version of him. I don't know why, because it gave him a chance to be on the mic, and he was actually good on the mic. It wasn't just a I'm dark and demeaning, and this is all like. Because for a while he had that presence, but it was also like, is this the only thing that this guy could
Yeah,
do?
his cadence, it used to just be like, "You will belong to me. Your soul is mine. Rest in peace." And then it did go to him being more of a badass, and he would tell people
Yeah.
he had a lot of pause
Dude,
worthy
his
moments, but
one of my all time favorite Undertaker moments was when he got drafted to he got drafted to SmackDown or Raw. He got drafted to Raw,
yeah,
and he
Yeah.
lost his shit in the locker room.
he looked around there
One of the
like,
greatest things ever.
nah,
That
he
is one
was,
of my all time favorite gifs that I use
yeah.
in conversations. Is when somebody
Uh,
irritates me, I'll fire that one out there.
I gotta have Randy Orton in there, for obvious reasons. His heel presence was so impactful in the ruthless aggression era, the legend killer status. His in-ring work is crazy. His
Yeah,
athleticism, the RKO out of nowhere. People still do that to this day just to fuck with people.
yeah,
Not only that, good on the mic. Um, any turn that he made, he was still a likable character. That's why he's still in the business. That's why he made a late run a couple of years ago to be champion again. His tag work was good with anybody that he paired with. He's one of those guys that's kind of on the same level as like a thinking of a long timer like a Shawn Michaels or something like that. Like they
Yes,
had in their youth they were kind of shitty.
people.
They turned yeah, they turned over a new leaf. Really and just kind of had this run of themselves. Um
honestly, with Randy Orton, I wanted him so bad to be the one to take the strap off of Cena
Yeah,
and to get his
yeah,
15th to make him
yeah,
pass Triple H, and then
yes.
I wanted that to be his swan song and his last match to be with Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes to get over on Randy Orton
which
because of their
still
history.
which still could, but again, we can talk about that on a different episode because I
Yeah.
can
yeah,
I can pre-book WrestleMania for y'all right now.
yeah.
But
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
also got the American Dreams Dr. Woods on there.
yeah,
Um
I guess
the
I ain't
reason
gonna
that
hate
I
it
have him on there, the
because you
reason that
didn't
I
want to
got
put
him on.
Cody. I get it.
No. It has nothing to do with that. I put him on there because he was another guy that was impactful with like his character
Yep,
and
Yeah.
his work in the ring. He, is a bigger guy,
yep.
but he still showed incredible athleticism, always kept people safe. Um,
Good promo.
all great, one of the best in
Yeah,
promos, period.
yeah.
Like even his crazy sales of him getting knocked out, it was so funny, but it was so like, shit, you don't know if you took a hit like that. He was one of the pillars of what wrestling as far as
Became
character development and everything else.
he
Um,
like I said with Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the first kind of guy that was not just a bad guy on like a
yeah,
Batman show or something, and he became like a character of like I'm just better than you, and that's why I'm a heel is because I know I'm better than you.
yeah,
Dusty was kind of a like I'm the average man. Like
yeah,
I'm not the best at anything. I just work my ass off and show up. So that's whenever the heels stop or the baby faces stop being just fucking yoked up on steroids
yeah.
and then became like, no, I'm a good guy because I'm a normal person. I'm just normal, bro.
Mhm.
Like I gotta pay my bills, man. So yeah.
But that's my 10. My honorable mentions. I got Triple H just because,
Go ahead and say
his
it,
intro
Isaiah. I
song.
know you want to. Go ahead.
His intro song is the only reason why he's in my honorable mentions.
Which one?
Uh, the Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. You
Wait,
talking
is
about the
that him?
game one?
Yeah,
Because
the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
nah. See, I like it, but my favorite one is My Time Is Now. His the one that he used
Yeah.
right after he left DX. He didn't use it
Yeah.
for
In
that long,
China.
but I like that one a little bit more. I don't know why, but my fault. Go
I
ahead.
did too.
I mean, if we're going with true intros, intro songs that are top 10, you got to put Shane O'Mac in there. But let me not get too distracted. I also got Cena in there just because of what he's meant to the business. Um, start to finish. I have Booker T in there as well. Athleticism, great on the mic, great at that dumbass King Booker character for as long as
King
he did it.
Booker.
King Booker was he's goated, man. He's up there.
Yes.
He was the first like true impactful person that came over from WCW that was able to hang with with the greats of the talent that was in the WWE and always look good in the ring no matter what. He to the day he retired, he looked great.
I hated that Vince took the strap off him that fast. Even though it was The Rock and that's my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
I hated they took the strap off Booker T that fast.
That fast. He was so, but that's how you could tell that he just hated WCW guys. And
Yeah.
Booker was one of the only ones from WCW and ECW who just took his licks. And that's why afterwards he was able to win championships and be able to be a lead guy because he just kind of took it. He just ate his shit sandwiches and kept pushing.
Yeah.
He also has one of the greatest promos in the history of wrestling. I'm not even going to say it because I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know
yeah.
where I'm going.
We going for you. Yeah. Anyways.
And my last honorable mention is Y2J. Obviously, the hype, just the package of the hype for him coming to the WWE was crazy back in its day. How long that lasted, undisputed championships, everything that he meant in his time. Now, towards the later years, he, cared about his band more.
Now you remember that come on, punk, skikik. Whenever that, and then the you just made the list.
Yeah, the list gimmick was
The list gimmick was perfect. I mean,
there are
his
rumors.
runs, his tag team runs,
he's coming
and
back.
stuff.
Yep. There's rumors that he's coming back to WWE.
Yep.
For his final run.
Surprise Royal Rumble entrance is what they were talking about.
But the last thing I did want to talk about before we wrapped up. Wait, am I froze? Oh God.